Live with it. Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm just waiting on the notification. This is not a test, by the way. This is the real thing.
Mhm.
And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have a very interesting guest with us today, Sister Nafisah Muhammad, who is in Baltimore, Maryland, residing out of Jersey. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Praise you to Allah. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. We look forward to hearing about one of the flyers that I saw on your Instagram about mental health. But before we get to the mental health aspect, let's start about you growing up. Um, you grew up in the nation. What city did you grow up in?
Originally, I was under Muhammad's Mosque number 25. We had a study group in Asbury Park. So I grew up in the Neptune Asbury area before transitioning to Muhammad's Mosque number 25 in North New Jersey.
Okay, beautiful. So that if people don't know where Asbury Park is, we left
Like
out about that. We will Google it.
down by the beach area.
Okay, all right, yes, ma'am. The next thing we want to know is who are your parents?
My mother is Sister Student Captain Renee Muhammad from Muhammad's Mosque number 25, and my father is Brother Benjamin Muhammad, also from Muhammad's Mosque number 25.
Okay, yes, ma'am, Sister Susan. And thank you, and thank them for coming together to produce you.
Absolutely.
Sister Tracy says, Assalamu alaikum, family, yay. My sister Miriam says, Assalamu alaikum, family. Alaikum salam to you all. My next question is, what is your most profound memory growing up in the nation?
Ooh, it would have to be probably being homeschooled. Before I went to Newark, we were in Asbury Park, and my mother, my aunt, Sister Lakeisha, who you've interviewed previously, and another sister from our study group, they were all my teachers. So we had school at the mosque. My mother was like my English teacher. My aunt was like my science and Islamic studies teacher. I had my cousins as classmates and other people from the mosque as classmates. That kind of really set the foundation for who I am and kind of where I am now, honestly. We went out on trips, different things, did scientific experiments. Like, I think my love for learning kind of stemmed from the teachings that I got when I was young, like 5 years old or so.
Praise be, praise be to Allah. And when you have children, would you raise them the same way?
Absolutely. My
Yes,
mother was very structured, so I think that it kind of helps with just getting into a routine and just getting to learn what it is that you want to do with your life. And so I would absolutely raise my children the same way.
praise be to Allah. Excellent. My next question that I have, first of all, Brother Charles says, he's on deck from Dallas, Texas. Thank you very much for always tapping in, Brother Charles, and showing love. My next question is, what was the hardest part about growing up in the nation?
It was definitely a challenge to dress modestly and cover my hair, especially when I finally did go to public school. Um, you know, just being different. When I first went to public school, I was the only person, obviously, who had my hair covered, and everyone always had questions, and I was very shy, so I really didn't like all the attention. So it kind of became a challenge, especially as I got older. Making friends, and they want to go out and they're dressed in a certain way, and it was kind of like tug of war. I At that point in my life, I definitely had like one foot in, one foot out. Um, and then I was like wearing my afro. Like, it was just a lot to really. Um, it took a lot, I would say, to be where I am now, to the point where I feel comfortable enough to go out dressed modestly with my hair covered and things like that. I think that that's a story that many young Muslim girls can relate to. Just having that challenge of being different than everyone else in the world.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. And what advice would you give to young sisters growing up now who are trying to, you know, be cool or be balanced
Mhm.
in their Islam, but also be normal? How do you, what advice would you give them?
I think for me, what helped me was just knowing that you can be modest and cute. Like that's a thing. You can absolutely do that. It doesn't have to be, this ugly thing. You can make it fashionable. And I think we see that a lot more now, just this nice, clean, beautiful Muslim fashion. So you can make it your own, put your little touch on it and still be beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes, ma'am. So you're saying that you don't have to wear oversized tunic tops and things like that. You can just make kind of, you can
You
wear
gotta
regular
mix it up
clothes.
a little bit, get you your different color scarves and things like that. Make it cute.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. Beautiful. My next question for you is, what are some of the traditions that your parents gave you that you would pass on to your future children?
The main one was always God, family, nation. My parents were sticklers for that. Um, and family is something that is definitely very important to me and to my family. We grew up very, very close. On my mother's side, we had family dinner with her side like every other month. On my dad's side, we had biannual family reunions. Like family is so, so important to us and to me. And that's something that I would want to pass down for sure.
Okay. Wonderful. Praise be to Allah. My next question for you is, what is your favorite Savior's Day memory?
My favorite? I don't know that I could pick a favorite. I would have to say when we drilled for um, when we drilled for the minister. It was more of a tribute as opposed to a competition that year. And I was informed by someone who was with him at the time that that it really put a smile on his face. And I think that is like probably the most meaningful memory that I have. So definitely drilling and paying tribute to our minister.
Praise be to Allah. And shout out to Sister Sophia God first for I think she was the first person I saw that ever posted the clips of you all drilling for the minister, so I'm sure that was cool. Um, what do you do for fun?
For fun, I like to, honestly, this is going to sound like kind of cliche, but I really just like spending time with my family. So, whatever that is, again, we have a lot of family dinners, we have game nights. We go down to the beach and just kind of hang out together. Any time where I'm spending time with loved ones is always like a great time for me.
Okay, excellent. And how did you get to have a passion for mental health?
So that started when I would say, in high school. Um, it definitely wasn't the path that I was planning on going on, but my brother was diagnosed with schizophrenia when I was about 12 years old. Um, and it was definitely very challenging because I was too young to really understand what was going on. But he was obviously struggling. And from there, I ended up volunteering for the Mental Health Association of New Jersey. And I did fundraisers and we did mental health walks to kind of erase the stigma. And by that time, going into college, I decided to major in psychology. And again, I was on a different track, but the more that I saw my brother and other people just struggling with life, regular life stressors, it just made me want to kind of go on this mental health path even more. Um, so praise be to Allah that that's what I'm studying now, mental health.
Yes, ma'am. Beautiful. Um, how I'm an advocate of mental health as well, and my sister's at the clinical therapist and things like that. And I just promote it from all the brothers who, if you one of my homies, you gonna hear about mental health. Period. If you in my circle, I'm always gonna talk about it. How can we take the stigma of therapy and counseling off in our families, immediate, and then it is a community as a whole?
I think it really starts with psychoeducation and raising awareness, honestly. I think that, you know, there's this negative connotation to receiving therapy, that it means that you're crazy or that something's wrong. And that's not always the case. I mean, you do have more severe mental health illnesses, but then there are times when you may be struggling with anxiety or the loss of a loved one, so you're feeling a little depressed. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have a disorder per se, but it's just a matter of getting help. Um, that's how we grow. That's how we move towards self-improvement. So the same way you would go and see a doctor if you broke your ankle, if you had an injury to your brain, to your heart from something that happened in life, you need to go see a doctor and get that fixed as well. I think it just starts with, you know, having these discussions where you talk about it, letting everyone know that it's okay to talk about it. And then just start by educating your family, educating the community. And then, you know, hopefully, inshallah, it would be like a domino effect to where we're all, you know, just kind of getting therapy when we need it. That's not to say that you should be in it forever or will be in it forever, but it's a part of growing.
Beautiful. Yes, ma'am. And have people been receptive to you?
To me as a therapist?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
They have. I think that they have.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I just want to read some of the comments. Brother Charles it takes a strong young sister to cover and dress herself in the world. Beautiful, brother Charles. Sister Renee says it's so many. Sister Renee Muhammad, it's so many. She has been to every Savior's Day for the past 25 years. Praise be to Allah. Sister Linda Fouché Muhammad. So, Sister Linda says ASA, just a beautiful example of VG, MGT, and Islam. All praises to Allah. Thank you for all the work that you do in the much needed field. May Allah continue to bless you, young Savior. Sister Margaret Bennett says, so proud of you, Nisi. And my sister Miriam says, teach sis. Okay, beautiful. A lot of black girl magic in the comments. Okay, so my next question for you is, what has been your greatest joy of being in the nation?
My greatest joy? Honestly, I would have to say just seeing the growth and self-development, not just of myself, but of my loved ones. We're so blessed to have the teachings that we have. It really makes it so much easier when we have these tools that the minister and the messenger have given us. So just seeing everyone's growth from, you know, maybe when I was younger and I first saw them to now, and being able to pass that along like that, that gives me joy. It's, you know, helping people is kind of my thing. It's why I'm in mental health. So to see people use the tools and actually grow from it, like that means a lot to me.
Wonderful. Praise be to Allah. Well, behind me is I'm a big fan of music and a lot of albums that you know, inspire me and represent different aspects of my life. Or if you could choose an album of your choice, which album would you choose to say is your favorite album of all time?
Of all time, I can do of all time. I can
just do one for me, Sister Nafisah, please.
I can't do of all time. I really enjoy J. Cole. That's definitely my favorite rapper. I can't choose one album.
Okay, that's easy. Sideline Story. That's an easy one. No, that's an easy choice. But yeah. So J. Cole, boom. All right, J. Cole, we're going with Sideline Story, not Forest Hill Drive, even though that's one everybody else can choose. Okay, my next question is, before we get started, I wanted to come to your event. I mean, we're going to address your event, and we also want to address your business. But before we get to your business, I want to quickly, 1 second. Thank you all. I got to shout out all my sponsors of this month's episode, because we've been doing very well with sponsorship. I want to continue to thank everyone who's been sponsoring the People's Podcast. Cash App, the People's $, the People's Podcast, starting with my brother and Jamal, Street Premiere Video Productions, 4K cameras, drones, television. I just saw the video y'all shot in Vegas. Shout out to that. Thank you all for your sponsorship. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me, children's and coloring book, both of which are on Amazon. Thank you, Mimi. Also, my sister Naima's Dance, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC on Instagram. She's teaching ballet virtually. Thank you, Naima, for your sponsorship. Our brother out in St. Louis, Supreme Men's Clothing. Always holding it down. If you all need, get fresh, reach out to our brother. He will ship the clothes to you. He got real good fashion. All the way out of Arizona, brother Ronald Muhammad, VP and Security Management of BMW Entertainment. Thank you, Big Ronald, for always sponsoring. Shout out to Sister Tia Muhammad, Raising Black Millionaires. They have flashcards teaching young children economic empowerment and development. That means a lot. Thank you all for your continued support. Brother Kenneth Muhammad, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship the bow tie wherever you need. Thank you very much, Brother Kenneth, for your sponsorship. Brother Todd X. McGraw, Supreme Team Insurance Group. If y'all need some insurance, reach out to our brother. I'm coming right back to you, Sister Nafisah. Exodus, a new way of life credit restoration. If you need your credit restored, get that good credit, we're going to reach out to you. Khalid's Boutique, thank you all for the shirt. Always sponsoring, doing a great job. Make sure we support them. Brother Chantel X, the X in transportation. Thank you very much for your refrigeration needs. He'll ship whatever you need all across the country. Good looking out, Brother Chantel. Also, Brother Jabbar Muhammad, the president of Client First Construction, painting, carpentry, flooring, plumbing, etc., etc. Thank you very much, Brother Jabbar, for always looking out. I want to make sure we give a shout out to Delandra L. Muhammad, Navy Beans, more than bean pots. Thank you very much. Also, Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs. Thank you very much. Always showing love and being one of my mentors. Our sister who does a great job of her decor, and we want to make sure that we support her in our home decoration. Anything you all need, all that woman stuff, boom, she got you right there. Also, Brother Rashad Muhammad out of Chicago, COVID-19 cleaning services, disinfecting and cleaning service. Thank you very much, Brother Rashad. We make sure we support you if you need your business cleaned or your house cleaned. Last but not least, coming down home stretch, my father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. Thank you very much, Dad. My two books, No Father, No Excuse, and Cleopatra, both of which are on Amazon. Thank you all very much for your support. And we coming back to our sister Nafisah Muhammad. One second. Boom, boom, just like that. Come back to our sister Nafisah. Please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Please put some in the comments for our upcoming guests. If you have somebody else to suggest a suggested guest, let me know. Sister Tracy out of Baltimore, thank you for being the plug for Sister Nafisah Muhammad dealing with her mental health. Okay, boom. So you have a business, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. And what is your business?
It's a candle line called Essentials.
Yes, ma'am. And how can we support Essentials?
You can go to www.fecentrals.com. You can follow on Instagram at Essentials. It's a candle line that is very eco-friendly, using natural products that help purify the air, added with essential oils to kind of help with that whole mental health idea of self-care. So all natural ingredients, just trying to help people take care of themselves.
Okay, beautiful. So we want to go to www.feetcentral.com.
Essentials.
Oh, Essentials. Okay, yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, you have an upcoming event that we want to make sure we promote dealing with mental health. What is the dates, times, and how can we tap in?
So I have put together the Black Mental Health Forum, which will be held October 10th, which is World Mental Health Day at 2 p.m. You can look at the flyer on my page to register, which is where all the information will be given as far as the Zoom link, resources, things of that nature. I have 2 licensed therapists. One is Dr. Monique Swift, who is in the nation as well, has 20 plus years of experience. The next person is Jared Washington, who is a licensed therapist. He's from my hometown, so he talks about his experiences. I also have my mother on the panel, Sister Renee Muhammad, just so she can speak from the viewpoint of a parent and what that was like to raise a child with a mental illness and how we can maybe, hopefully, become more aware of some of the signs. And then I have Mr. Parentep, who is a family support specialist for the Mental Health Association of New Jersey as well. And he talks about a lot of the resources and how we as family members can give support to our loved ones and to one another. So inshallah, it will be very informative and very insightful. And this is really the goal, is to just help erase some of the stigma surrounding mental health.
Praise be to Allah. We definitely here to promote that. And the closer we get to that, if you could just reach out to me and with the flyer, I definitely post it on my social media. And I also will announce it on one of my podcasts, the closer we get to it, to just to remind everybody to make sure we get it, because you got to get a Zoom link, or is it going to be on Facebook, or how you going to do it?
It's going to be through Zoom.
Okay, through Zoom. So yeah, so you just give us the information and we'll definitely promote that. Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule and continue your work in mental health. Thank you, Sister Tracy, for being the plug. Anybody who's watching who has guests that they have suggestions of people who can help bring positivity to our communities and to our families, just reach out to me. This is my first time having a conversation with you, but I thank you. I mean, knowing we never met each other, I don't think. So thank you for coming on the People's Podcast. May Allah bless you and your family. My sister Miriam says, beautiful. May Allah bless you with your success. Sister Letitia, okay, I'm sorry for butchering your name. Sister Latita D. Barnes says, any resources for families dealing with aftermath and suicide in a young person?
I'm sorry, that was the question. What was it?
Do you have any resources for families dealing with aftermath of suicide in a young person?
The aftermath of dealing with suicide in a young person, like a family member committed suicide and the family needs some support.
Correct. That's what I'm assuming.
Okay. So I would recommend reaching out to your local community clinics. Again, for New Jersey, I know it's the Mental Health Association of New Jersey, which is housed in Union County, but you can probably just Google in where is the closest mental health clinic. And normally they have support groups for family members who have some form of, mental illness. So I would definitely recommend reaching out to your local mental health clinic and absolutely seeing a therapist for yourself and for your family, just to have some additional support. So.
Okay. Great. Beautiful. She said, yes, the sister Latita said, correct. Sister Tracy says, praise Allah. She has more coming. Sister Kathy Brown. Something like Sister Kathy Brown. This is your first time watching. She says, all praises to Allah. This is powerful. Thanks, Sister Nafisah. So much. This is much needed. Thank you so much. And she's so proud of you. So a lot of the East Coast Jersey people have tapped in for you and showed you support. I just want to thank you again, Sis Nafisah. Anything we can do to support your mental health. Also, Feet's essential, so we want to make sure that we support your business as well. Feet Centrals, yes, ma'am. I want to support thank you all for watching the People's Podcast. I got some great guests coming up tomorrow. Another sister out of New Jersey named Kalima, about her growing up in the nation. She has a business as well. We're going to interview her, as well as Brother Michael A., who's out of Washington, D.C., but lives in Chicago at the Foodie Spot. He has a great life's journey. So look forward to seeing you all tomorrow on the People's Podcast. Sister Zaina says, Sister Zany says, such an inspiration. And Sister Valinda Bynes Brown says, proud of you, niece. Keep living your purpose. Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Thank you all for watching the People's Podcast. Thank you again, Sister Nafisah. This means a lot that you would take time out of your busy schedule. Hopefully we can take the stigma off of mental health and therapy together, because that's one of my main goals in life. All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.